Just started walking, morning of day 43, 44, not sure. Anyway, I am already off track. I'm telling you, going backwards, it's not that difficult, but you do really have to pay attention. And I left the Albergue and I thought I knew where I was going, but I'm on a track. There was an alternate option right kind of where the Albergue is, and I did want to stick to the main path of the Camino, but I accidentally went on the alternate path, which is a little bit longer. So, oh, it's okay. I think actually I might have gone this way, 5 days ago or 6 days ago or whenever, when I was walking out to Finisterre. So, and if this is the way I'm thinking of, it was really pretty. It's a little bit longer. So there's that. And this is already a kind of long stage, but it's okay. So anyway, have to make sure I pay attention today. I just checked, and this alternate path that I'm on, this is the same one that I did when I was walking out about 6 days ago. And I think for the record, I want to say then that it makes sense that when I left the Albergue, I headed the direction I did, because that's the way I came in on the alternate route. So I was just flipping it around in my head, not paying attention to where the actual Camino route was, but I was just going with what I did, about a week ago. So I'm not entirely directionless, just a little bit. Retracing my steps because I walked too far. I even was checking my map and the GPS, but I think when I checked it, I didn't load it and thought I still had a while to go yet on this road, but I walked several blocks past where I'm supposed to turn to then go off into the hills. So let's go back. This, I think, is a little bit why yesterday took longer, even though I don't really think I got turned around yesterday. It just, if I just get into a flow and kind of go, it's really easy to miss a turn. And yesterday I was just like stopping a lot and checking my map, and this morning I feel really good. I just want to walk. And the problem with just like taking off is that I missed a turn. Okay, I better check, make sure I don't miss a turn again. So this definitely isn't right. I'm so confused. The GPS on the app that I'm using isn't entirely accurate, and that's what I'm following, because there are arrows, but I lost the green arrows, and they're random yellow arrows, but I don't think they're Camino arrows, and I was following those, but that was taking me far off track. So I'm now just kind of following a road to try to get on this alternate track further up. I hope this works out, because I'm not backtracking all I just walked, and I was definitely in that town last time. It's just like figuring out where to turn off out of that town to get into these hills. Okay, let's see if we can get this. And now the funny thing is, I just rounded a bend and I see this playground up ahead, and I was here before, and when I was here before, I was also very confused because I totally lost the arrows down here, and I can't remember which way I went, but I just kind of like picked a direction and followed my map into town versus following the arrows. So there was something really, really confusing right around this section, but I am more or less back on track. I think I go this way. So I just stopped for a delicious sandwich. Oh, so good. And I am continuing on the walk now. It is, oh, this is such a beautiful little section. Look at this. I mean, I've been here before a week ago, but it's a different time of day, and it's just so pretty. Anyway, I put my pack back on. I started walking. My pack feels so light. It's really strange, like lighter than it did before my break. And so I was only walking a few minutes, but then I just got paranoid that I left my flip-flops back at that bar. Because usually when I take a longer break, I take my shoes and socks off, put my sandals on, and then put my shoes back on to walk, obviously. So I took off my pack and looked inside, and my flip-flops were there. So I think everything is here and accounted for. It's just really strange. Like, my pack feels so light right now. One reason, though, also for that, I don't know why it feels lighter than it did before my break, but I am running out of like all my toiletries at the same time. But I am almost out of soap that I use to wash my body. I'm almost out of soap that I use to wash my clothes. I just about ran out of shampoo, but I was able to fill it up with a bottle that someone had left behind back in Finisterre or Musha just a few days ago. Almost out of sunscreen, so I'm going to try to restock all that stuff today, which means my pack will be heavier tomorrow, but I think it's also a reason it feels really light right now. I am not carrying as much as I started with. Okay, we have 9 more kilometers to go, and it is around 2 o'clock. It is, this has been the most beautiful day for walking. It's just been stunning. It's sunny, but in the morning it was in the 60s. It's now in the low mid 70s, but there's a nice wind. So it's getting warm, but the air is pretty cool. So I'm gonna enjoy the last part of the walk. One of the more helpful signs on this stretch. Back